Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be solving this cube and I'm going to walk you through it. Now I'm not going to go super slow and explain what I'm doing the whole time because honestly not a lot of people out there have these cubes because there's only two in existence. Now I'm going to be using everything that I know about cuboids plus some other things, and I'm going to dedicate this video to Tripoom for allowing me to recreate his puzzle, and also to Super Antonio Vivaldi for making a tutorial on my 3x5x5, which actually showed me the techniques and some things that I needed to know in order to learn this. So let's just go with a bit of a scramble first. I'll just scramble it up a little bit. I'm just going to tribute Super Antonio Vivaldi by doing this. I've wanted to do this for a while actually. So here we go. And we mix it up, and that's pretty good. So now let's start with the shape shifting. Let's turn this one here, turn this one here. Now you can see that it shape shifts pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and continue the rest of the scramble, and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done. Abracadabra. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to start solving this thing. So the first thing we want to do is solve it as a 3x3. So we're going to ignore all these bandage pieces in the middle right here, and we're going to take a look at the corners, the centers, and the edges. And so we're going to get a cross. So I can see it. This orange and white, orange and white is in place. So let's take a look at another one. Here's a blue and white. So let's turn that down. Here is the red. So let's just move that into position. And now the green can come down. Now let's get our corners in F2L style. Here's two that are already matched up. So let's just throw them in the back. Here's an orange and blue. Here's the orange and blue here. So let's get them across from each other and put those in. Now the reason, I'm going to continue with the F2L here, but the reason that I'm doing a walkthrough solve is because this shows everything that you will ever need to know about cuboids. Now I'm going to rush it, but I thought it would just be an entertaining video, and some people actually requested it as well, just to watch it happen. So here we are. Here is a F2L. So there's the first two layers. Now let's go on with this. So I think that we can do this, and that'll give us that. Yeah, okay. So now we do some more of this. All I'm doing right now is OLL, and I had to do two look because I didn't know this. And now this is a G perm. A G perm, and I'm not going to attempt it because I have to move so slow on this that I lose my algorithm. So I'm just going to do an A perm, and that will fix all my corners. So here, oh, that actually fixed the whole thing. Okay, so now we have the whole 3x3 stage done. So what we need to do now is we need to narrow things down so we can flatten out the entire cube. So I know that I can move this one down, and now these two are free to move. Can I move those so they will match up together? No, I can't. Okay, so in order to do these, I basically have to turn these two over. So we have to do what Super Antonio Vivaldi calls is the Red Bull algorithm. So it's just the parity switch from a 5x5 up through, bigger layer cubes. So we're going to do this by going R2, B2, U2, L, U2, R prime, U2, R, U2, F2, R. Was it F2 again? Yeah, F2, L, B2, R2. And now we can see that we have to do it with these ones. So again, we do the same thing. R2, B2, U2, L, U2, R prime, U2, R, U2, F2, R, F2, L prime, B2, R2. Okay, so now we have to put these pieces in. As you can see, one goes here and two go here. That's good because sometimes we're missing out of the green and blue sides as well, and we have to make sure that we put those in the right sides. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So this orange one, let's just put here. Now what we have to do is get this spot completely opposite of this spot here. So we can move it over, and then we can turn it. So now this is opposite of this, and we can do a parity algorithm. So U splitting here, R, I guess R2, F2, U2, F2, R2, U2, and then F2 again. Now we can put it back and realign those. So we've put that piece in. So now let's go ahead and find another one. Let's put this one and this one to swap. So we need this to be away from it. Let's turn it. Oh wait, what am I doing here? Difficult. Let's turn it here. And now we need this to be opposite of that. So we turn it here. There we go. So U2, R2, F2, U2, F2, R2, U2, F2. And now we can put these back. One more. Okay, so put this on the opposite side of that. Turn this. Is that the way it goes? No. It's a little bit complicated, this process. We turn it that way. That's right. Now we put it opposite, so we just go up one so they're opposite each other and do it again. U2, R2, F2, U2, F2, R2, U2, F2. And now we can put these together. All right, so there we go. We brought it back to the cuboid form. Now we're gonna try to put in these centers. So let's just get all of them together. Actually, I'm gonna keep this blue and add it to this blue because it's there. Now let's build the last blue. We need this and this to be opposite each other because this belongs in between those two. So let's put them opposite each other. And now we can put them, oh, that was a little backwards. Let's do it again. We can put them in there and put them together. Now, let's put a middle one in here, so turn it over, and there's one that can fit. Let's not take that one out. Let's leave that one in there and put this one opposite of this and match them up. Kick this one out, put it there, put it back. We did that so we didn't disturb the blue. Now let's match up all these oranges. And okay, so now we have these ones. You know what? I can do my algorithm that will swap these. Actually, I don't know if I should. I might mess up my corners here. So I'm just going to do it the way I would usually do it by putting this one here, put this one here. Let's go like this. Orange, swap this, replace it with this unmatched piece, and bring it back. Now we have these two to deal with, so let's put them opposite each other. And on this one, because it's the last two, we have to make sure that we're not going to wreck this bar and this bar. So this is a blue and an orange, so I either need to put a blue here or an orange here. I'm going to put, I can't put an orange there because the orange is what we're using, so it has to be blue here. So let's go like this, replace it with a blue, put it together. So now all of these all the way along are done, but we have to fix our centers. So we have a blue and orange. We need to put blue and orange again. And this is sort of, I guess, advanced center building. You see this on some other big cuboids that I will be demonstrating soon as well, like Tom Z's 6x6x7. And so here we have these centers done now. Now we treat the top and the bottom exactly like a 5x5, except instead of doing the last two centers that are adjacent to each other, we're just going to do them across from each other. So I can see that this one can come here. Whoop, nope. Come here. Turn it. Let's see. Let's just turn this around. I screwed up. I could have done this a lot faster, but that's okay. Just put this one here, turn it around. And now let's get this one in this layer. Hopefully that's in the top. Yep, it is. So we can turn this, match them up. All right, so there's our centers. Now we go with edge pairing, and I like to do the edges with white first. So let's go through and match it up. Replace it with this down here, which is an unmatched pair. Put it back. Now let's keep with the blue. Where's the other blue? Here it is down here, which is convenient. Unmatched pair. Replace it. Align the centers again. Now let's work on green. Put this green here. Match it up with this one. Unmatched pair, which will be the other green, so we'll track those. Make sure that we know where they're going. So this is very easy now. We can match that up. Unmatched pair. Realign our centers. So green's done. Let's do orange. Any orange down here? Nope. Okay, so let's turn an orange down, put it behind, match it up, replace it. Let's find the other orange, which is right here. Convenient enough to just match up with that one, replace it with this. Okay, so red can come here, unmatched pair. Now this one can just be turned over because it'll be opposite of this. Match it up, unmatched pair again, turn it, replace, realign. Now let's put all of these white on the bottom. It doesn't matter where they go as long as they're all on the bottom so we can take a look at the top. All right, so now I'm looking for headlights, not here, but here. I'm looking for headlights anywhere here and I can't find them. So what I'm going to do is have to create them. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit tricky. I see. So turn these around. Now the algorithm I'm going to do is an algorithm that swaps these corners, but you can also make it swap these corners and these pieces. It swaps this for this and this for this, and I think it swaps this for that, sort of like a T permutation. So now let's see, I want to get this orange here to create headlights. So R, U prime, R, U prime, D, R, U prime, R, U, R. Okay, and so now we've run into the other parity because we have headlights here and none here and none here, which is a very difficult parity. Basically, I have to swap one of these for one of these. So the way I'm going to do this is put these headlights on the right and left, and then here do the Red Bull algorithm. R2, B2, U2, L2, U2, R prime, U2, R, U2, F2, R, F2, L prime, B2, R2. Now that we've flipped these up, we've flipped them over, so now they've changed places. Let's turn the one back and let's move it over like this and do it again. R2, B2, U2, L, U2, R prime, U2, R. Got to make sure it's aligned. What's the matter here? R2, sorry, U2, F2, R, F2, L prime, B2, R2. Now we turn these back and let's swap those again. What we're doing though is we're destroying a bit of our centers while we're doing it. This one will destroy some of these centers to one piece somewhere. So R2, B2, U2, L, U2, R prime, U2, R, U2, F2, R, F2, L prime, U2, R2. So now we can see that these two are not where they need to be, so let's put them there and let's put them in place using a commutator that moves two pieces. There we go. Didn't wreck any of these centers, so let's get this in now. So this has to go over here. The other one has to go opposite, so here. And here we have red, so let's put red in with this one. I like this solved because it's actually showing you every aspect of it. So blue and red, and this needs to be blue because sometimes you don't run into every parity, and we've so far run into every single parity. Okay, so let's just put our centers back in. Put this here, this can come here, this can come there. This is by far my favorite cuboid. It's just so, like, everything I've ever wanted in a cuboid is in this thing, and this is why I took the time to try to build it. Well, not try, I guess I did. Anyways, so let's do our adjacent swap, R, U, R, U, R, U2, R, U2, R, U, R, U prime, R. Do it again because we just created parity here, so we want to move the top layer, not move the cube around. So again, let's do it. R, U, R, U, R, U2, R, U2, R, U, R, U prime, R. There we go. Flip these over to create our center. Now let's start putting in these pieces. That's not the one I'm looking for. Actually, we can put this one here. R, U prime, R. That's the orange and blue. Will that fit here? No, it won't. Do we have another one? Nope. Let's do green and orange. That one will fit. Ooh. Now that orange and blue came out, so we can probably place it in here now. Yep, R, U prime, R. This puzzle actually moves a lot better than I'm demonstrating. I'm actually being quite rough with it because I don't want this video to be too long. So R, U prime, R. There's this layer and that layer. Now let's look for headlights. Here's headlights here. So we do the corner swap, R, U prime, R, U prime, D, R, U prime, R, U, R. Realign that. Now let's see what we have. Okay, when we have a full bar, and then these three that need to be swapped, put the full bar on the left, do a center a cross swap, and then an adjacent. So R, U2, R, U2, R. We created parity here, so we move these, not the cube. R, U, R, U, R, U2, R, U2, R, U, R, U prime, R. Align that. Okay, so now we're going to be putting in the bottom, and I can see the orange and the blue is in already. The green is misplaced, so let's turn that up, put the red in its place, turn it down, turn the green up to accept the green edge, put it back down, find anything with white on the top, which is this, which is the orange and green. So here we have the orange and green, R, U prime, R. Another white came up, that's the blue and red, R, U prime, R. And that fixes this. Looking for headlights. I see none, so I just do the algorithm from any side. R, U prime, R, U prime, D, R, U prime, R, U, R. Realign the bottom. Created headlights here, put those on the left, do it again. R, U prime, R, U prime, D, R, U prime, R, U, R. Realign. Again, here's the case where we have a bar and three that need to be swapped. Bar goes on the left, doing a cross center swap, then an adjacent, but you have to do a U2 in between them. So here we go. R, U2, R, U2, R. So now the U2, and now the adjacent. R, U, U prime, R, U prime, R, U prime, R. And we have solved it. It's taken quite a while, but it's quite worth it. And that is the first shapeshifting 5x5 solve demonstration on YouTube. This was a very unique tribute for me to do for Trefim and Super Antonio Vivaldi, two people of which I would have never gotten into this type of puzzle solving, and it's become one of my main, I guess you could call, obsessions. So thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you on my next video.